where's an interesting place for a venture capitalist to invest in this online video trend? I think in a lot of ways it's actually fairly challenging. There's sort of theoretically interesting plays or interesting opportunities around the distribution of content, both Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. The ad dollars have historically been associated with Tier 1 or premium studio content, and they don't really want to share in those economics, and frankly they don't really have to. So then the question is this secondary Tier 2, Tier 3 user-generated content, is that content that you can actually associate advertising with, and what is that market size? And I think that's still to be determined. So what you're seeing there is the interesting areas to invest are potentially around platform technologies that will power a lot of these sites, companies that are providing players and content management systems and the hosting and the bandwidth. I think we're less excited about that market as a firm, though many people have invested in that sector and will do fine. If you look at Akamai, which is a past investment of ours, they're having a wonderful reemergence today, powering the online video trend, and that may be an interesting opportunity from the later stage side or public side. But so where I'm focusing my time are a couple different things. I mean, one, I think there is an interesting opportunity around content syndication, assuming you can get the right set of Tier 1 and Tier 2 content and you understand how to associate ads with that content. So if you could lock up distribution to publisher sites, then you essentially have, if you have the distribution, then you can strike some sort of deal with the content owner. So that's one. Another is just around actual sort of advanced ad technologies. So how do you filter for content relevance? How do you make sure the content you're associating an advertisement with doesn't have any sort of negative implications for brands, pornography, swear words, those sorts of things. So companies that can actually catalog and tag content and sort for ad worthiness and content relevance, I think are interesting as well. This is probably not revolutionary, but I generally look at management, market, and model, and obviously competition and a variety of other things factor in. The one thing I have learned for certain over the past 9 or 10 years is that you want to find a fantastic team, because ultimately you may pick the market wrong, you may have competitive dynamics you didn't plan on, the business model may not work as expected, but if you have a phenomenal team, oftentimes they'll figure out how to readjust, and they'll understand what they don't know, and they'll understand who to get involved to make it work. So that, I think that's the most critical ingredient. And then from there, we try to take a fairly market or thesis-driven approach to investing. So looking for disruptions, looking for dollars moving from one medium to another, or just looking at these macro trends and then analyzing the market, what the opportunity is, and then how you make the money. So that's how we look at it, and frankly one of the reasons we're so excited and so having such a hard time sorting through the 180 companies in the video and the web space. But generally the way we think about things.